buckle up because this courtroom circus just turned into a Hollywood disaster movie with no script, no director, and absolutely zero integrity. You're not going to believe this, but a judge, yes, a real federal judge, literally got up and walked out after the absolute mess Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively dragged into his courtroom. And honey, the tea is boiling, so let's break it down. First up, it wasn't just Blake Lively's usual PR stunts that triggered the meltdown. It was the fact that both she and Ryan Reynolds were allegedly up to their necks in a scheme to destroy Justin Baldoni's entire career. And when the judge saw the nonsense Blake's legal team tried to pull, oh, he lost it. They had the audacity, the sheer gall, to beg a New York judge to apply a California law, AB 933, to a New York defamation case. Like, are you serious right now? Blake must have thought she was filming Gossip Girl Multiverse Edition, where state lines are just vibes and not legally binding borders. That poor judge must have thought he was in a fever dream, reading legal arguments from a woman whose biggest courtroom experience was surviving the shallows. And it gets juicier. Blake's squad didn't just try to twist the law. They showed up with backup like it was the Oscars for gaslighting. 3 activist organizations waltzed into court like they were walking the red carpet, pleading with the judge to change the law to protect all future victims. Cue the dramatic violin music, because apparently it's not about Blake anymore, it's about the whole world's pain now. Girl, please, this is not a trauma pageant, it's a courtroom. You think judges pass out justice like Oscar gift bags because you wore a corset in a period drama? Legal experts weren't having it for a second. They called it exactly what it is, a PR grenade. A desperate, cringeworthy ploy to make Blake look like a brave victim of injustice, when in reality, she's just dodging Justin Baldoni's $400 million 0 cents defamation counterclaim like she dodges any movie role that requires, actual acting. And when you think she can't humiliate herself further, oh baby, she did. Her team sent letters that sounded more like bad fan fiction than legal arguments. They told the judge that refusing to apply AB 9033 would harm all victims everywhere. Suddenly, this wasn't about Blake feeling awkward on set. It was about survivors across the globe, weaponized tears, emotional hostage taking, and PR pageantry in legal language. Meanwhile, celebrity feminist attorney Lisa Bloom clone, yes, Burke, decided to jump into the mess with an amicus brief, swinging blindly at Baldoni. No evidence, no specifics, just accusations pulled out of thin air. Because Blake isn't just a victim, she's now the symbol of resistance. Except it's not real resistance, it's a narrative control fantasy. Legal analysts are calling it exactly what it is: law shopping, like shopping for laws. They're just browsing the legal aisle for whatever statute makes Blake look less guilty. And honey, it's giving desperation. It's giving flop era.
Ryan Reynolds filed a motion to dismiss, asking the judge to remove him from the Baldoni-Blake Lively lawsuit. He said, "Judge, I want out."
Oh, but the circus isn't over. Enter Ryan Reynolds, aka Mr. Deadpool, aka Mr. This Has Nothing to Do With Me. He filed a motion to dismiss himself from the lawsuit like he was backing out of a PTA meeting. His argument? I'm just the husband. Excuse me? You've been married to Blake since 2012. You have 4 kids together.
Ryan Reynolds and his attorney filed a motion to dismiss, asking the judge to let him out of the lawsuit, the counterclaim that Justin Baldoni has filed against Reynolds' wife, Blake Lively.
Joint assets worth hundreds of millions, and suddenly you just some guy? Classic move from the Celebrity Crisis Handbook. When the legal fire alarm goes off, sneak out the side door and let your wife take the heat, because if the judge rules only against Blake, guess what? Ryan's $650 million 0 cents fortune stays safe. Not 1 red cent from Aviation Gin, Mint Mobile, or Deadpool royalties touches Baldoni's hands. Let's pull up those receipts. Ryan pocketed $152 million 0 cents from Aviation Gin. Then he raked in $330 million 0 cents from selling Mint Mobile to T-Mobile at his Marvel money. Over $50 million 0 cents from 3 Deadpool films. And you're looking at a man who's stacking coins like he's playing Monopoly on God mode. Meanwhile, Blake's sitting on just $50 million 0 cents trying to fight this case in kitten heels with no proof, no witnesses, and a legal team that thinks Google Docs is a defense strategy. So yeah, Ryan's not just bailing, he's strategically detonating a lifeboat. He gets to be the charming, funny guy on Twitter while Blake's drowning in mascara and subpoenas. He's playing 4D chess while she's trying to win a courtroom with an inspirational quote and a beach wave blowout. And what's Blake doing while all this unfolds? Oh, she's over there trying to rewrite reality. Her defense hinges on one thing, that Baldoni sniffed her hair. That's it. That's the whole claim. No timeline, no witnesses, just scented discomfort. If she turned that into a shampoo ad, maybe it'd make more sense than a court case. And she's crying retaliation because he dared to sue her back? Girl, you threw the first punch, you lit the match, and now you're shocked there's fire. Let's not forget the feminist orgs that jumped in like it was their big Broadway debut. Where were they for real victims? Nowhere. But Blake flashes a smile and a soft focus Instagram filter, and suddenly the cavalry arrives. Then there's Elsie Dorsey, an actual survivor, lawyer, and woman who went bankrupt trying to defend her truth. She filed a brief warning that Blake's abuse of AB 933 will ruin it for real victims. And she's right, because when you use a law meant to protect the voiceless as your personal image scrubber, you're not just bending rules, you're burning the whole system down. The Met Gala snub PR collapse, the Paul Feige and Sean Levy scandal, flying monkeys, and the narcissist psychology of Blake and Ryan, their brutal removal from Vogue's power couple list, the final courtroom fallout, and baby, if you thought this disaster couldn't get worse, oh honey.
Was referring to Ryan Reynolds as his best friend.
Yesterday evening, I had a fight with one of my best friends, which is Ryan, Blake's husband, because it was like, I love pineapple pizza.
Hollywood's house of cards is shaking because the Blake Lively redemption tour has officially crashed and nobody's buying tickets. Let's talk about Blake's support squad. A coup to the Hollywood clique that's somehow still clapping for her like she didn't just trip over her own lies. Enter Paul Feige, director of A Simple Favor, who's now playing haha I got a subpoena like it's a party game. This man actually joked about being dragged into court on a press tour while victims are out here fighting for dignity. Are we in a courtroom or a comedy club? And guess who's been getting roles from him lately? Brendan and Muel, two actors who just happen to vocally support Blake and now magically have casting calls from Feige. You see the pattern? Public loyalty equals career upgrades. Stand with Blake and get a script. It's giving Hollywood Hunger Games. Even Miguel, Ryan Reynolds' best friend forever, is out here doing pizza-topping interviews while Ryan's drowning in subpoenas. Imagine the tone deafness. Baldoni's dragging your name through court and you're out here joking about pineapples on pizza? Not the vibe. And then there's Sean Levy, Ryan's favorite yes man, director of Free Guy, The Atom Project, and Deadpool 3, and guess who got a thank you credit in It Ends With Us? Yup, Mr. Levy himself, despite having no official role on the project. Insiders are whispering that he secretly helped Blake edit behind Baldoni's back. If true, that's a massive violation of Directors Guild rules. And Blake? She's just out here smiling, name-dropping her loyal boys, and acting like her legal case isn't rotting faster than an avocado in the sun. There's no evidence, no proof, no justice. Just cocktails, whisper campaigns, and red carpet rehearsals. Let's call this what it is. A celebrity protection program. Blake's legal defense isn't built on truth, it's built on influence. She's stacking up favors, throwing glitter at the judge, and hoping no one notices that her argument is emptier than her IMDb post 2018. But baby, it's not working anymore. The press cracking.
As you may know, Sean Levy was directing Deadpool vs. Wolverine with Ryan Reynolds. So why did Blake Lively thank him in the end credits at It Ends With Us?
The fans waking up, the courtroom fed up. And just when you thought the career freefall couldn't go any deeper, here comes the most brutal reality check of all, Vogue's top 20 power couples list. And guess who didn't even make the cut? That's right, Mr. Deadpool and Mrs. Please Take Me Seriously got iced out, and when Meghan and Harry, the royal escapees who turned Netflix into their therapy diary, rank above you, girl, that's rock bottom. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce made the list. Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco made the list. Heck, Leighton Meester and Adam Brody made the list. Weren't they in Hollywood retirement since Obama's first term? And yet Blake and Ryan, nowhere. Vogue didn't just ignore them, they buried them. The message was clear: you're irrelevant. And then came the Met Gala, the fashion Super Bowl. Blake used to own that red carpet every year, every look she dominated. But this year, she wasn't just missing, she wasn't even invited. Insiders spilled the tea. No invite, not even a maybe. And guess what? Nobody cared. No headlines, no think pieces, just pure cold silence. The kind of silence that screams, "We're done with you." According to PR experts, brands are running, not walking, away from Blake and Ryan. Their perfect couple image shattered. That once flawless facade exposed as a manipulative, overpriced PR stunt. Because when your legal team files more court motions than you've had movie offers in the last 3 years, you're not booked and busy.
As you know, Ryan Reynolds did 2 Deadpool movies prior to this one, and he didn't get along with the director. Tim Miller has been out there saying that he doesn't want to work with Ryan Reynolds again because he was so controlling. So this person who sent me this email said that Ryan Reynolds finally met his match in Sean Levy.
You're legally cornered and culturally irrelevant. It's giving washed. It's giving tired. It's giving PR poison. Sure, Ryan might have pulled the ultimate chess move to shield his $500 million fortune, but what he couldn't protect? Their image. That shiny, meme-worthy, family goals, Pinterest board aesthetic is gone. Scorched earth, toast. Blake's crying in legal briefs while Ryan's sipping gin behind locked doors, probably wondering when the magic died. Well, spoiler alert, it died the second they decided smugness was a brand strategy. Now let's break it down psychologically. We're not just dealing with fame-hungry actors here. Oh no. We're dealing with full-blown covert narcissists. Yes, darling. Blake and Ryan are textbook narcissists with a PR budget. You know the type, charming in public, cold behind closed doors. Never raising their voice, but always pulling the strings. They won't flip tables, they won't yell on TMZ, that would be too unpolished. Instead, they manipulate quietly, strategically. They gaslight friends, control the narrative, and curate their apologies with professional lighting. And like all narcissists, they need an army. Enter the flying monkeys. Directors, actors, stylists, influencers, all clapping on cue, scared to say the truth because their next gig depends on it. It's Hollywood's most toxic group chat. A top insider spilled it all. They're emotionally bulletproof, not because they're strong, but because they've created a fantasy world where they're always the hero, always the victim, never the problem. When reality hits too close, they post a filtered family photo. When scandal breaks, they drop a quote about motherhood or mental health. It's distraction. It's manipulation. It's marketing disguised as empathy. And apologies, please. Blake doesn't apologize. She curates sadness. Ryan doesn't own up. He cracks a tweet about oat milk and co-parenting and hopes we forget the court documents. Their whole brand is a lie wrapped in a Louboutin. And now we're watching the whole empire crumble. The courtroom isn't playing anymore. The judge walked out. The media's pretending not to see it, but we do. We see the cracks, we see the lies, and this fairy tale, it's over. Blake wants us to believe she's speaking for victims, but she won't even speak for herself. No interviews, no testimonies, just sources and stylists doing damage control. It's silence when truth matters and noise when it sells. And this empire, it wasn't built on truth. It was built on beige filters, designer gowns, fake humility, and magazine covers that screamed perfect while hiding the rot underneath. Now it's collapsing loudly, publicly, and every failed attempt to spin the story just adds more gasoline to the fire. So grab your popcorn. The glossy sheen is gone. The charm offensive has failed. And what's left? 2 celebrities who thought they were untouchable. 2 narcissists finally meeting reality. And a judge who literally got up and walked out because even he couldn't take the delusion anymore. The perfect couple? Try Perfect Storm. And baby, this storm's just getting started. Subscribe now, because every scandal from here on out, oh, it's going to be brutal.